yourself.
My name is
Feel. Greetings. Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is Yashib in Israel, also known as Terry Whitfield. For the Terry Whitfield Yashib in Israel podcast show. What I'm having a hard time with the name of the show. I'm thinking more towards leaning towards the more commercial Terry Whitfield show and keep my religious identity to myself. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. But yeah, this is the Yashib in Israel Terry Whitfield podcast show, and I have some very important guests, very close, tight friends of mine along with me. I have my brother Tory Bolton, the mad scientist Eric Trueheart, and the brother Michael Ben Israel Ben Yahuda in the house. I'd like for each one of you brothers to take a few minutes out of your personal time to introduce yourself and let everybody know a little bit about you. We'll start down here with Brother Tory. Tory, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Tori, and me, I'm from Maryland, and I've been in the truth for about 2 months.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Brother Michael,
yes.
introduce yourself. Let everybody know about you. Tell the people a little something about yourself.
My name is Michael Yasharala, and I'm from Trenton, New Jersey. Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. Eric, mad scientist in the house. Introduce yourself, Eric, mad scientist, and tell the people, the listening audience, a little something about yourself.
Yeah, this is Eric the Mad Scientist, True Knowledge, Eric True Hot on you can catch me Eric the Mad Scientist on Facebook, TikTok, my YouTube, Eric the Mad Scientist, my Bing, and my Instagram. You can catch me at True Hot 30. All my presentations. You can catch me some of my discussions on Yasha Ben Israel YouTube and Alliance Den YouTube. Just check them things out. Got a lot of videos, got a lot of stuff we teaching, and more to come. Peace.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up, we're going to relax, and brothers, if you got anything you like to say, during this panel before we go in with the discussion, before we go in with the teachings, right? You could just open up, relax. If you want to, feel free, make yourself at home. If you want to, say anything you can at this particular time, but as the lessons going forward, I would like for you to open up your thinking caps and listen. You know what I'm saying? And if you have any input, allow the input to be pretty much based upon what the topic of the discussion is, and we can go from there. But the topic of discussion tonight is the biblical angels and how the biblical Afro-Asiatic Hebrews saw them. Okay. What led me to this was that when you begin to start studying the Hebrew language, right? When you study the Hebrew language, you're going to get a deeper, more unadulterated understanding of the scriptural text. And you will learn that over time, you begin to learn that as the scriptures was translated from Hebrew into other respective languages, in many, many, many times, in many cases, if not all, that the scriptures have been mistranslated. There's been a lot of pagan interpolations in it. know, and these things were used to reflect the former spiritual ideologies of the pagan or Gentile nations, right? That these scriptures were translated into. You know, like say for instance, when the Bible was first translated into English, it was translated by Bishop Warfulus in the 4th century. Okay. And it was translated into a very, very, very old English, right? Now, mind you, that the Anglicans, the original English, old English speaking people, they were called Anglicans. The original Anglicans knew nothing of a children of Israel, right? They knew nothing of an Israelite God, Yahweh, Yud-Heh-Wah-Heh, you know. They knew nothing of this culture, right? So in order for you to understand a lot of things, for them to understand a lot of things, in the translation, like say for instance, in the Bishop Warfulus edition, which was the very first translation of the Bible into English in the 4th century, right? This predates William Tyndale, right? It predates the King James, right? We're talking the 4th century. In the minds of the father of Thor, okay? And his name, it depended on whether it was High Germanic or Low Germanic, right? Whether the dialect came from, okay? It was either Odin or Golden, right? And you can look in your dictionary and look up the origin of the word God, and it would have Odin or it would have Gott, Gott, right? So you got Odin, right? Gott, God, Odin, Gotham, or Gotham. Okay, so you got God, Gotham, Godam, Goda, right? Gotham, Got, God, right? Gota, Gouda, right? All of these were different variations of how the name derived, right? But when you do your real research, you'll find that all of those go back to Odin. So when Bishop Warfulus put the word God in your Bible, he had to come with an idea that was familiar to the people already, because they did not have Yahweh in their members. They did not have Elohim in their members. So he interpolated the pagan Goda. And then Goda was the name that the Israelite God became known to the Anglicans by way of the first Anglican text that was translated by Bishop Warfulus in the 4th century AD. Right? And this is an example of how many different pagan interpolations, right, get added into the scriptures. Okay. Now, when we're dealing with interpolations, that is nothing more than when, let's say, being that Hebrew was foreign, interject pagan ideas because there was no word in their language, to bring forth the Israelite concept that they were trying to project, especially trying to convert an Israelite thought into a Christian thought, and then a Christian thought into a pagan, like God, right? The words like Satan, right? Words like angel, words like devil, words like demon, right? A lot of these words when these entities were translated into the respective pagan or Gentile language, the uh, pagan concepts, right, to try to explain. So I'm saying that angels, we're going to be talking about the biblical angels, right, and how the Afro-Asiatic Hebrews saw them. And what I'm saying is that through my research, based off of all that I have just told you all today, right, what I am saying is that the concept that the Hebrews, the Israelites, the ancients, the concept of what an angel, and this concept is not the original concept of what the Afro-Asiatic have an open panel at this moment. You know, for everybody. And I would like for each one of us on this panel, what comes to your mind?
A person with wings in heaven, you know, the fictional place that we call heaven.
Uh-huh. Say that say, knowing that it's a fiction, this is still what comes to mind. Ain't that amazing? So you see this, for clarity, you see it as a person. Now, when you say you see this as a person, right, are you saying that you see this as a person with, or are you seeing this as like a spiritual person, like not quite human?
Yeah, like a spiritual entity with wings.
Like a spiritual entity with wings. It, like in the image of a man, like in the visage of a man, or would you say that's just a man with wings, a person with wings?
It's like a humanoid being that has wings.
A humanoid being. Now, okay, for clarity's sake, would you say that a humanoid being, right? Would you say that a humanoid being and a spiritual being is the same thing, or in your consciousness, they're two different entities?
Well, they're in my mind, they are they're not necessarily the same thing, but a spiritual entity can, I believe that a spiritual entity can appear, you know, can have a human appearance or appear to be, you know, humanoid in its appearance.
So is that what you're projecting an angel to be?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your participation, brother Tory. Brother Michael, I like to ask an angel to be. When I say the word angel, right? Well, I mean, when I say that, right? What is, even whether you believe it or not, when I say the word angel, what is the first thing that come to your mind?
Angels depicted as men.
Angels depicted as men. Okay. Brother Eric, the mad scientist, I'd like to hear what you say comes to mind when I say the word angel to you.
I would say an alien.
An alien.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean that's the only thing that would make sense of a being be able to come from out the sky and come down.
So when you say alien, you're not saying an alien in the sense of a non-national. You're saying an alien in the sense of an extraterrestrial or some type of non-corporeal seraphic being.
Yeah. I mean, but I know alien and the angel is not the same thing because most people would think an angel is like a being with wings. But I'm saying that if it is something outside of Earth, it got to be in machines and stuff. So it has to be more closer to what they would call an extraterrestrial being.
Something extraterrestrial comes to
Yeah.
mind when I say that. Now, I'm not asking when I say
Well,
when
well, let
somebody,
me let me say let me say what I would before I know what it was now. I'm gonna say that I would have thought like as a Christian or I was woke to where I am, I would think it was a being with wings.
you would think it would say like a humanoid,
Well, I mean,
invisible,
from
spiritual.
the way they say it, it's different types. So you got like animal looking beings, then you got
Ah,
human looking beings.
angels could come in different forms.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about nature? When I say the word angel, have anything in nature ever came to mind? Like an angel could possibly be maybe a tree or some fire or maybe a stone or a rock. I mean,
Well, I mean, angels mostly are portrayed as like a messenger, so they portray like somebody that's coming for God to actually send a message to you.
head on and delving off into, right? We're going to look off into the etymology of this word that we call angel here, right? We're going to look off into this etymology, the origin, okay, from the etymology dictionary, from the online etymology dictionary. We're going to read that here. Can y'all read that? Have I
Nah,
shared
we
it?
don't. Nah, we don't see anything.
Okay, I got it. So I have to go to present, share screen
Is
here.
you showing a
Okay,
presentation or you going to something else for?
I'm gonna do the presentation.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, select. Is it up yet?
No, you got to push share. Remember, you got to push that
Oh,
button.
right here from the origin of angel. We're reading the origin of the word angel, the online etymology dictionary, right? We're reading the origin of this word, how this word came to be to us today from what it originally was. This word has evolved throughout time and it has taken on different meanings throughout the course of history, right? We're going to talk about that. We're going to have a discussion today about that. So we're reading again from the online etymology dictionary, right? We can get this in the screen real good. Scroll. So it is a person, a place, or thing. It is a noun, right? One of the class of spiritual from a 13th century word. Both are from late Latin angelus. Right? Remember, I told y'all this word evolved throughout time, and as it evolved,